My Friend Peppa Pig is an interesting game. In a way, it defies traditional genre conventions. You play as a self-insert character, and the focus of the game, what little focus there is, involves walking around Peppa's town and interacting with its citizens. I'll give credit where it's due, it's a great concept. Peppa's setting wouldn't work well for most traditional game conventions. But that's kind of all the praise I have. The concept was good. Everything about the execution is frankly terrible. Firstly, on the technical side, some of the animations are plain unfinished. They either have too few frames or don't adequately convey what they're supposed to. In a game where the entire purpose is to passively watch your character interact with stuff, the interacting shouldn't look so nasty. Screen transitions are comically abrupt. When you finish an activity or move from one area to another, it feels like a jump cut. All sense of orientation and cohesion is lost, breaking down the fourth wall and leaving the world disjointed. Event triggers are confusing and lazily implemented. Certain activities trigger without any rhyme or reason, placing characters in places and times they shouldn't be, or restarting the same event in a Groundhog Day style loop because you got an unlucky roll. No, I don't want to go to Windy Castle again. Why are you making me? Oh my god, Mr. Bull, this is the 10th time you've exchanged this exact set of words with me about the ongoing road repairs. Why did the game forget my place in the current quest and to make me rewatch several cutscenes just because I went back home to play dress up for a minute? Most of the NPCs litter the ground like thoughtless foliage. They just stand there, inert. You can't interact with them or so much as wave at them. They serve as much functionality as a cloud or bush. There's very little optional interactivity in My Friend Peppa Pig at all, in fact. Almost everyone you can speak with and everything you can do is on a plainly illustrated critical path. You wanted to say hi to Mommy Pig? Shut up and keep bicycling while she watches on. Catatonic. I haven't even mentioned the surreal and excessively long loading screens or about a dozen other nitpicks that drag down the entire gameplay experience. But let's say you're not here for the gameplay and don't care how smoothly the experience runs. Let's say you're here for the atmosphere of the show instead. Well, tough luck there too. The cast and characters are all missing their character. They're supposed to feel things and react to things, and they're supposed to be spunky, sarcastic, and sassy. But in this game, they're all dolls that regurgitate meaningless, empty-headed prattle. They don't sing or complain or ask questions or even characteristically mutter, "Oh," in disappointment. It feels nothing similar to the show. Peppa gets it the worst. In the show proper, she's shown to be a bit bratty and bossy, occasionally stubborn, and she loves proving herself right. She has something to say about everything. A meaningful and humorous take on just about every circumstance. Hence the appeal in the character. In the game, that's all missing. She's just a happy little yes man that mindlessly prances across the screen telling you where to go next. In fact, nothing special about Peppa Pig is here at all. Nothing. More than the characters, the entire tone of the franchise is missing. Peppa Pig is a cartoon where nothing goes right. The characters are daft, ditzy, and charmingly absurd in all their behaviors, while still sustaining some essence of genuine childishness and whimsy. Nothing in Peppa Pig goes right, and the show is obsessed with subverting audience expectation. It feels like a shitpost deconstructing formulaic children's media at times. But instead of any of that, the game is as thoughtless and straightforward as the blandest preschool programming you could feasibly imagine. It's just riding on brand recognition alone. Keeping all that in mind, the positive reception has been pretty insulting and downright dishonest. Even more than the unfaithful tone, the art style here is a huge downgrade. Never mind the stiffness, almost everyone is off-model, especially George. It's almost like they somehow couldn't find references for drawing the characters. The models don't squint or emote convincingly, and they're almost always A-posing. What a goddamn mess. And I won't hear any of that "it's for kids" nonsense. The show is for kids, and it's got more personality, polish, and purpose. My Friend Peppa Pig fails spectacularly at letting you spend a day with Peppa. But if you'd like to spend a day with a hyperactive wind-up toy wearing her flesh instead, this is the game for you. Hey, it's the end of the video. Did you know I have a Patreon? It's true. If you grab certain tiers there, you can directly influence what content I make next, or you can just offer general support. Both are lovely, and some equally lovely people are already signed up. People I will list for you now. My wonderful supporters are iPompous, Anonymous, Jay, Marth Sinclair, Mighty Minimalist Power Rangers, and Sam Anderson. A link to the Patreon is in the description. Thank you all so much for your time and thoughts, and I'll talk to you in the next video.